Hello everyone, and welcome to the video review for the market. Today is January 8th. It's 7:47 p.m. Or 7:43 p.m. Eastern time on January 8th, Monday. So today the best performer was QQQ. It went up 1 to 1. 62.63, closed actually at 162.55 in an increment of 0.39%. So it's getting a little bit extended out of the mean. If we see normally what we see is a separation in between the price action here and then the mean. Right now the distance is getting a little bit too large. So if you're thinking to enter a QQQ position, probably this is not the best time to do it. I would wait until it goes back to the mean, or the mean goes back up to the QQQ. So nobody knows what is going to happen, but most likely this one here and this one, the price and the mean are going to meet, and we don't know if it's going to be just to meet the 10-day moving average, or it's going to come back to the 30 days moving average. In any case, what happened is that goes and retrace. So it's kind of like 2 steps forward and 1 step backwards. So if we see here, let me paint this one right here. We see that there's a reverse or a correction here, a correction here, a correction here, and a correction here, one correction right here too. So most likely what we are going to see is a potential correction there, or a horizontal move, and wait that this mean, either this one or this one, meet the price action. So that is actually QQQ. Spiders moved also to the upside, and the 5th consecutive day, Monday, closed high at 274.1, and reached the 274.1, but then came back and closed at 273.32 in a new all-time high. So this one is moving nicely to the upside, and the same thing applies to what we saw on the QQQ. IWM moved a little bit up also. It ended up in a hammer, which is very nice, because in this at this level we have a setup. Actually, look at that. We are 40 cents away from the all-time high. This one here, the high of the day was 155.27, and it closed at 155.03. So if you see the video for Saturday, then you will see that we discussed about this a little bit, and we're waiting for this one to move above this area here to resume the trend. Or to resume the trend and go to the all-time high. We saw also that there was like an ascending triangle here, so the potential for the move on IWM is it's pretty juicy actually. So yeah, we would like to see this one to move higher. We will see if there's breakout on this one. This one is actually a very nice setup. We did have also. Let me go back to this price level here, and then we did have a breakout already off of that high. I'm going to remove this one, and you will see that Okay, so so you will see in here that already broke this level. However, we would like to see, or I would like to see, a really breakout off of this level. If we consider just closing day, or the closing price, actually, we'll see that today it is already an all-time high, so on the closing. Then the last one was diamonds. Diamonds, you know, was in a range day. Actually, it didn't move that much away from the price on Friday, still away from here. So we said that we would expect a horizontal movement on this one. We will see if this one, if this one does. In any case, it closed at 252.59. And it reached, actually, we see in this bubble here, the 297 all-times high in the intraday. All right, so that is the market. Let's see. Okay, I also see the futures on the S&P 500. This one is also in a range day now after the close, but moving a little bit upwards, actually. Well, wiggling down there, but all-times high today also 2,748.5, reaching all-times high in a nice move. I did not made any trade because, you know, it's a little bit too extended for me. I would wait until it goes to the mean. Again, if we paint, we see the same picture, here, right? So that one down, that one down, that one down. So it retraces, and then I would expect that this one does some retracement right here in this area. Even with that, I would be, you know, I'm a buyer on the setup. So if it goes down here to this level, let's paint. Let's paint this horizontal breakout. So we would expect that this one would go back either to that one or this one, or this one, the 30 days moving average. So all right, so same with futures on the Nasdaq. Okay, so let's see what sectors or the movement on the sectors. So I have it organized from best performer to lowest performer. We do have XLU, you know, went down into this price level here on the 51.1 basically area, and then it seems that it's moving up. It broke this resistance level right here, and then found this other resistance level. So this one is a historic resistance level, actually, which gives a structure to the trade if we want to take a trade right here. So I'm going to put this one in the weekly candle. We'll see that reached this level here and bounced. So so actually it's probably a you know, if you're if you like this type of trades, this is a good area maybe to enter. It has a lot of resistance out here. So XLU, it's in a all times, or not all times low, but in the yearly low. So if it's a range, this one is actually a range. I don't see higher highs there, but I did see a higher high right here, then a higher low, a higher high, and then this higher low was violated, so it didn't move, and then right now it's at you know, the level of 51.1, 0.1, and then we could see if that this one is going to move up. We'll see. XLE, second best performer. So today this is the energy sector. This one is moving high. I'm gonna go and put the 6 months again. So we did have a double bottom here, and then broke this price level at 74. I probably have a history, and you know that this price level right here, and then it will find a resistance at the 78.3 level. So energy is still moving up, and the stochastics are actually, the MACD is moving higher in energy sector. So XLI industrials still moving up in the weekly. So let's see the daily today. Also moved nicely to the upside. So this one is actually in a very nice uptrend with heavy volume. So we would expect that this one is still moving to the upside, and then maybe pause a little bit, but it is clearly in an uptrend. XLK technology, we saw this one on Saturday, also moving up today. Also moved up at 0.38% to 66.55. XLP, consumer staples. This one here in a bull flag, actually double bottom here, moving to the upside, and then consolidating in here. So the expectation is that this one is going to keep moving up. It has some resistance level here at this area. So let's see. I'm going to put it again in the yearly weekly, and we'll see that it's this pattern here is actually very interesting. So it goes like a U pattern, and then a handle here. So you will see that it's I'm going to paint it like this, and then let's zoom it back, and then I'm gonna so this one we see that it is doing something like that, and then consolidating, and then this is a pattern that it's actually a bullish pattern. I would expect that this one would move to the upside, and then probably replicate this distance here to the upside too. So okay, so we'll see that if this one is actually this one happens. Okay, so let's go back to the to here. XLI also continuing moving to the upside, and then XLB, basic materials, also moving up. I mean, the market is relentless. It's moving up and up and up. So this one here, we saw a bull flag on Saturday when we reviewed this pattern here, and actually broke this resistance level. So it came back and tested it, and now remember that there is some earnings release by next week. So the financials are going to start reporting earnings. So we will see after that if we're taking trades in that sector. XLV is the worst performer today, but moving in sideways, actually, in this range. They started to sell open up here, started to sell off and close down here. So not really weak, but because it's still in the all-time high, but actually moving sideways, and it's creating a higher high and maybe a bull flag here. So this one is the first day of the bull flag. we'll see if this one continue a couple of more days to go to the downside, so we have a better setup. Again, a little bit far away from the mean here for the 10 days moving average, so not taking any trades at this level unless it goes back to this resistance here, and then maybe generate a small position to start the trade. Okay, so the generals again. Let's see, we have price line. Price line moving. This was actually the best performer today. Let's see here. Actually, Tesla was. There you go. So we have Tesla, and fortunately, Tesla, we do have a position, a long call vertical on this one, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about Tesla and what I'm going to do on Tesla. But Tesla is the one that moved the most, and followed by Baidu. Baidu is finding a resistance price or resistance level right here at 250-290. Try to went in, but then it retraced back. So we will see if tomorrow this one consolidates and go to this above this level, and then it seems that it's it's moving with good volume here, and the MACD it's still increasing. So next resistance level is right here, and maybe this area here, I would say. So Baidu. Price line is the one that we saw before. Try to break this diagonal, and it didn't. So we'll see tomorrow if it does. If it closes above this price, this is probably a reversal. It has been moving, up and down, up and down, up and up. So in the higher highs, higher low, which is a reversal breakout of this level. So if it breaks right here, we will resume the uptrend maybe, and then we will see some resistance at the price one level here and here. Okay, so Amazon moving to the upside. Amazon actually broke this remove. Okay, so I thought that I had okay, so this one was the one that I created the other day. So okay, so this one is the price level that was broke on Friday, and actually I closed my position there on the vertical, and then I haven't entered it because I'm gonna wait until it retraces. Facebook also moving to the upside. There's no setup for me right here. It's a little bit too extended also. Since I'm playing bullish, then I'm not entering. And then we have earnings release, so probably I'm gonna wait for the earnings release to do something with Facebook. Google also moving to the upside, also earnings release here, a little bit too far away from the mean, so not a setup for me. This one is same thing. And Apple is actually a setup right here if it breaks above this resistance level, and considering that there's an earnings release here, if we see the MACD already was crossed, then the other play that we can do here is actually a horizontal breakout. So so this is up to you actually. If you want to play this one, then then it came back a little bit today, so it's not that far away from the mean. But then we have this earnings, which is also positive. The earnings release is actually on the 2nd, so we have still 2 or 3 weeks for the price to move up. We do have a range, though, a range. Let's see here. Let's paint it this way. So this here and then this here is a range of movement. So probably from here could go down and then go up. If it doesn't break this level, then there's no setup to the upside. So probably playing something a little bit more conservative, such as an iron condor, or a short put vertical here on the level of 165 to 160. That could be a play also. I'm staying away from here because it's kind of like too close of the earnings. Probably it's not a good decision, but that is what I would do. It's not my recommendation, but that is what I would do. Goldman Sachs going on to earnings on the 17th. Today is the 8th, so in less than 10 days actually. So this is moving down. I don't have a play in here just because this one is too close to the earnings release. Let's see some positions here. I wanted to actually show you something that is kind of like pretty cool. You can put the symbols that you have for options that you're playing in here. If you go to here to the setup and go to applications, you can go to display, and then in display you can show either the underlying symbols instead of the option symbols, and then you apply here and you will see the underlying symbols, right? So in here you will see Tesla, for example, where you have a position, where I have a position here. I'm gonna talk a little bit about this one, but also what you can do is to take this one and see the option instead. So the option symbols right here instead of this one, and this is pretty cool because with this you can go to the trade tab right here, and then go to the active trader. Okay, so what I do have in here, I'm going to show you, is that you can I do have, see this red link here, so you can click in here and select this one and link it there. I do have it in red. Most of them I use only one thing, and then from here you have this one with no linkage. Okay, so in that way you can link the underlying with the option that you are in your current account. So let's I'm gonna do a little bit of I'm gonna cheat a little bit in here and show you a position that I'm actually doing excellent and doing pretty well, which is XLNX, which is this one here, right? So now I'm gonna look for my positions here, go to that underlying. So in this area here, in this side, I do have my position here, and then in the right side I do have here is the underlying, and here is the position. Here you have the price of the option, and then here you can also customize it and put your P&L. Okay, so in this one here you would see that if I extend here, I'm making $1,475 and 5 positions I have for February. Okay, so I took this position here. You saw it because of this retracement. I saw a double bottom in a diagonal breakout. If you want to see, you know, when I said that I took this position last Thursday, review the video that I made on I think that it was on Thursday when I entered this position. I entered it here, moved it drastically on Friday, and then today it moved a little bit. I sold one position right here at this price. I don't know if you can see it that well, probably not, but it says there at the level of $5.35, which in a position that I entered on at 285. So sold a couple of them. I took 7 initially. I left 5 for the February option, and then it's approaching to my next target level. Why I sold 2 anticipated like around this area with no trigger, just because of the movement. So it was a big move. I met my target in terms of money, and not in terms of level. So I decided, you know, it was a good time to take profit. So I took profits on this one. And you know, in here I have to evaluate what to do. If roll this position down, and take some more profits, or sell a couple of additional ones at this 75.4, and maybe a little bit before that, at the $75 or something like that. So if it meets that one, then I'm gonna do something with it. Probably the most reasonable thing is going to be to move the stop. Now that I'm at this level, I could probably move the stop here, since this is a drastic move. Now in here you can see the movement of the option, and then here you will see what happened with it. So I took this trade right here at 285, right? And then today it's at 580, right? This is this. I do have a conditional order here, so the conditional order is related to my stop. So and the stop is not related to the price of the option, but to the price of the underlying. So this one is one that I'm going to probably sell pretty soon. And then I'm going to show you another one that I actually entered today. Let's see which one was RH. Okay, so this one here, I entered this RH today just because I received an alert. I entered it here just because of this retracement. So I measured, I took and I'm gonna follow, and I'm gonna you know, make a couple of things here to define the targets with you. So I saw that this one moved to the upside here from this level to this level. Okay, so I'm gonna open this one a little bit and show you in a yearly that this one is clearly an uptrend. You know, if you don't believe me, you can ask your kid and then ask him, hey, you know, where this one goes. And probably if he doesn't know anything about technical analysis, he would tell you, hey, you know, it seems that this one is going to the upside. If you agree with me, then this is actually a retracement in an upside move. So that is what I see in the underlying, and for me, this one is a pullback in an uptrend. And the last move was here at this level, right? So from here to here, I painted a Fibonacci, and then from here to this level here, which is the highest of the all-time high of 109. Now from there, it came back and went down to the 78 level. So I'm gonna give you zoom. I'm gonna zoom in here and see what happened, right? So I put in when it came back to the 61.8 level, I put an alert, all right, and then the alert said, okay, if it goes below this 61.8 level, let me know. So I put an alert right here, right? Now it did. I got the trigger, but I saw that it continued to move down. So I put a note here and said is it bouncing here? That is what it says there. Is it bouncing here? So I put an alert again, and I said, okay, if this one goes up off of this 61.8 level, meaning that breaks also this resistance, which is this, which is this resistance here, right? Then I'm gonna take the trade, okay, above 93.77. Then I'm gonna take the trade. And what I did was to let it go, right? So I put it here. I put it, this one was coincidentally with this high level on this day. It didn't go through that level. It came back. My alert was still there, right? Came back down, went all the way to 78.6 at the 87.32. You know, bounced, did a double bottom here in these two candles, and then it started to move up. Let's keep it simple there, and started to move up. Crossed this level on the 10 days moving average, and this one is a perfect time to sell. But I didn't know, right? So I was not looking at this one, RH. It was in my watch list, but it was I didn't see it. But today, my alert triggered. Okay, so when it triggered, I took the trade. Right. So this is what I did. I went to trade. I'm gonna go back here. Right. I went to, actually I received it in my cell phone, so the trade that I do is in my cell phone actually, but this is RH, let's see, RH, right? And then I'm playing now 30 days away, and I put my trade right here. Okay, so I'm gonna do it. So I click here, right, and then I decide how many options I'm gonna take. So one option is $8.80, right? But I never buy at this level. You know, I go there and I click it. I click on the mid, and this is where I put the trade, and then I confirm and send. So once I confirm and send, I send the order. I go there, validate it, and then send it, right? Okay. So all right. So once I have the order in place, right, then I go here and I put a stop order. Okay. So let me show you here where my stop order is. So I go to trade, and then I'm gonna go to the active trader, and then you will see here that this order is at 410. So I bought this one at 8.2, and I placed the stop at 4. So I'm willing to lose only half of my investment. Okay, so you know, thinking that I could lose it all, that's also an option, but I'm not willing to lose more than half, which puts me in kind of like a, I mean, this is my method actually. I never put any I'm not willing to lose the whole thing. Just put a half initially, and then start to move my stop up. Okay, so so that is what I do. So today is at right here. I just bought one, so at 410 is where I have the stop, losing $410. You know, 1 times 4.1 is 410, and then I start to move it up if this one starts to move up with the Fibonacci. So so this is what I do on or how I enter. Now my target is going to be, since it retraced all the way to 78.6, my target is going to be this level of 110, which is the 100 back, right? So this one here, it's 109.79, actually 109.53. So that is the level that I'm gonna sell. So one thing that can be done is to put an alert, and then say, you know what, if it's around this area, then even a little bit lower, 53. I'm gonna put that 45. That would be okay. So create, right? So now I have my alert. If it goes there, that's fine. Now, the other thing that I do is to create my extensions. So what I do is, now that I'm with the trade-in, I delete and remove this drawing here, and what I do is to create the retracement for my entry. I'm sorry about that. So I'm gonna put here the Fibonacci again, and I'm gonna go to that level here and measure it right here. And now instead of having and now I have instead of having these levels right here, what I do have is the opposite, right? So now I have my target. So this one is going to be my T1 or target 1. This one is going to be the 1.27 is going to be my target 2. This is also a good area where I can buy additional options to keep extending the upside move, since I'm bullish in this. I believe that this one is going to go minimum to this level, but it's going to find some difficulties in here, which is a resistance, right? So probably you can see the resistance right there. So this is also a good time to either take profits or wait until it goes through to and when I say take profits, one alternative is to roll it down, right? To roll it or roll it up, actually, and find a better price and take some profits and take some chips out of the trade. Okay. All right. So I think that would give you some juice to drink here. I'm gonna go to okay. What I'm gonna do now is to show some of the. I'm gonna go to application settings, go to display, and now I'm gonna show you my positions here. See how they move. Tesla is actually one that it's really interesting, and I said that I was going to explain you what I am going to do here. So I took in Tesla a vertical. Okay, so let's go to my drawings right here. So I took a vertical right here in this level here. Why? Because it retraced all the way to 38.2. So I kind of like this level. When it came and wiggled down, gave me this, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna take this trade. So the most I can lose is this here. And I think that if you see the video that I made on Friday, then you will see that that when I took this trade. Now today it has a humongous move, 6.26% in my vertical. So I probably made already in one day 50% of my maximum profit on the long vertical. So I'm not going to wait anymore and wait until and take the risk of this one to go back to the mean and lose that money. I will what I'm going to do is to put the trade tomorrow, to sell it tomorrow, or I'm going to take my stop and define a stop for the vertical here. So if the price goes below this this level, which is the 78.6, a little bit down, I'm gonna just be out of the trade. So because it's not worth it to wait a month and a half to make half of this trade. So that's my rationale. It was heavy volume with the MACD moving up. If it moves up significantly tomorrow, let's say to the 347 level price, then that is going to be another place where I will sell. This one is actually clearly it's moving to the upside now. If it breaks this diagonal, then it probably is going to move up and reach the 347 very easily. So we'll see, but I'm playing safe here. I'm not going to wait and get. I already moved substantially in one day, so why to wait more? Do you see the others? GoPro, I was done with GoPro. This is the loser I had, not that much money. I already showed you that, but it was kind of like today was hammered, just because there were news for regulations, and then the GoPro was going to discontinue the one of the line of businesses because of regulations on the droids actually. So if you want to see the news, you can go here and then click on the so that one is Tesla. You can go there. Let's do it again. Go to GoPro and check the news in here, and you will see that there are some right here. There were some news today. Okay, it's time for GoPro founder. Oh, okay. There's another news. Well, there was another one, but earlier today, the reason why this drop of this drop was the close of that line of business. Anyway, so I don't pay attention to news that much. Actually, none. What I do is to see what the price is doing. And in this case, the price is killed. Now this one could be a rebound. We'll see, but it's I'm done with this trade and not doing anything. So this one is moving nice. This one is moving nice. I entered this one out of this breakout level 2 today. Let's see if I painted. No, I did not. So I entered this one on Walmart just because this is a new breakout. I did have this price level here, right there. So it broke up. So I just bought it. So Walmart is in, and then I'm gonna see what are my targets here. So that is something I will do, but I'm in the trade already. I put the 50% stop for the option I bought, and again I'm buying, and this is a really nice thing. The if we see here, let's go to the trade on Walmart. Let's go to all products. You see I entered this one in the money, and the good thing is that there are earnings. There's an earnings release right at the end of February expiration, which I like. You know, in that way, we give time to this. We have a month and a half, in a little bit more for this option to develop, or the price to move in the right direction, and then wait for it. So let's see. Yeah. So it bought it at at this level, and we will wait. I'm not gonna analyze the trade, but you will see that it's a long call there. Anyways, so that's my video for today. Hope you liked it. If you have any questions, just post it in the comments below. One thing that I wanted to show you also before I close it is this Bitcoin thing. So Bitcoin is going back up to 15, came back the last 2 days, violated the mean on the 30 days move on the 10 days moving average, and also the 15, but it's closing up. So I'm not out of the trade. Since this one was violated, I will wait until this level here is violated again to sell. So we will see what's going on. It seems that it's in a higher high off of this one, double bottom, and then we have a higher low. Actually, this one is higher than this one, so we will see. Target on this one is actually the 200. It retraced to the 50. It retraced to the 50 or 38.2%, which is, if it to the 32, it's around 161 extension. So 27.5 or 23.8. We'll see if this one goes. We'll see if this one is actually if it goes across above here. You see that we have a head and shoulder here. So you have, here is one shoulder, the head, and the other shoulder is forming here. So if it goes above this level, then we do have a head and shoulder, and that would give us a target on the Fibonacci on this one. Bitcoin Cash moving in this range still. Try to violate this one and then moving up. Ethereum, remember I told you that the $1,000 level was a psychological price. Well, it keeps moving up. We'll see if this one maintains, but see this 10 days and 30 days are separating. Ripple, it's been hammered a little bit, but it still has not tried to violate this 10 days moving average, but it failed, and buyers came to the rescue. So right here we are at this level, and it seems that it's going to resume the uptrend. All of the cryptos are out of 7, real market switch from one day to the other at 7 p.m. And then we have Litecoin. Litecoin also, I said that I was going to enter this trade. I did not enter the trade just because, I was waiting for this one to go a little bit higher and buy in strength to sell more in strength, and then it moved here. Probably this one would be a good level to buy, but not. I'm going to wait until there's a crossing line in between the 10 days and the 30 days moving average to the upside. Okay, so that's the analysis for today. Hopefully you like it, and I'm gonna do another video tomorrow. And guys, have a great trade, enjoy, and hopefully you make money. I'm making money in this market, so hopefully you do too, and happy trading. So thank you.